Welcome, my friend. After many years of specialized practices and integrative care with health and life challenges, I overcame. Now I live with boundless energy and creativity because each body is divinely designed to do its own healing when given the right food to slow the effects of aging in the cellular level. Instead of declining, we are regenerating. I call that optimized wellness and maximized living. Welcome to my show, 1 Degree Change. Hey, welcome back, friends. We're so excited here at 1 Degree Change because summer travel is happening, and I am excited to show you how to pack, how to get your microbiome ready for all the traveling, uh, graduation, uh, Mother's Day. All those events are all coming, and just before summer, swimming and going on cruises. It's exciting. And guess what? It can be stressful. So I would like to remind everyone, get your gut ready. This is a way to avoid a lot of unexpected illness while you're on the trip. And I hope you travel well and keep your gut health in such a way that you go healthy during the trip, healthy, and return healthy. And guess what? This is episode number 12, May 12th, and I'm actually having my birthday, so I'm excited. Now, you still have to take good care of your gut. So, this is by way of intro. You will see me showing you different things I'm packing in my suitcase, or if you're driving, get it ready so that it'll be right by your side. I'm not packing the kitchen sink, but my husband says she does. So, in order to keep optimize your wellness and maximize your life while you travel, especially driving. Now, when you're flying or when you're staying with families, there's another whole different story involved, and I will talk about that. Now, how do Mary Axness travel to maintain uh, a level of gut wellness? The reason is why we do not digest food well, especially when we're traveling. Let me tell you a story. Oftentimes, when I used to travel, even if it's short distance for a couple of nights away, I find myself being very inactive. And guess what? As a result, I get constipated. So I will go drive to the grocery store. Guess what I get? Prune juice and fresh prune, not fresh, but dehydrated prunes. Now, since I start traveling this way, I don't always carry prune juice with me, although it's a good idea because we eat differently and it's a shock to our system. So let us dive into how do I travel. Let me show you my little bag. I travel with my little bag and you see it. And I want to show you how. And this doesn't take a lot of preparation. It just takes planning and being intentional. Well, we're all hearing the word being intentional. Everything requires a few goals. And this is the way I travel short distance. And I want to tell you fun stories about how I can avoid being stuck, whether it's in the bathroom or actually eating different fruit from regions, from the South to the Midwest, where they don't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. But then in the South, we eat a lot of sugar stuff. So sometimes I get cravings. So this is totally understandable. So let me unpack a little bit. First of all, remember, we eat rainbow, right? Well, I like my apple, remember? So can we say always pack an apple? And nowadays, especially driving, when you stop at a gas station or convenience stores, a lot of times they have apples and oranges. Well, guess what? For the amount you pay to get this, it'll be about $30. So let's just get it from home and prepare well. Be intentional. So, first of all, always an apple, remember, is a sub-acid food. And because it's one of the best whole food that you can always eat. And a lot of times, I think in previous episode, I had talked about how about eating 2 nice juicy oranges for lunch. I do that. In fact, I've done it for supper. And then add an apple. Well, your body will really love you with all the vitamin C's. So before we go, I want to share my testimony, how I was healed from a very serious brain injury. I've been spared, and I'm so thankful. I would never stop talking about how I've been healed and the testimony that makes such a big difference. And I want to keep it fresh. So watch this. Hi, Dr. Mary Axness here. At age 72, I finally retired. And guess what? I wrote a book. It's called Optimize Wellness and Maximize Life. And you know what? God healed me from 3 major medical challenges. One of them was a serious brain concussion injury over 10 years ago. And the doctor said there's nothing they can do other than just sit on the porch and rock. That didn't sit well with me at all. So I do what I knew best to do. Eat myself back to health, plus co-labor with God, and did a lot of study and understand how to feed the brain well and recover. Now I can say, order this book. I'm going to have classes over this too. And come along and grow young with me. Retirement is just a new chapter. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that very special, precious testimony of my life. I would not be here today, nor would I be able to talk. That incident was way in the past, and there is so much more life worth living because I have today. And now let's really dive into unpack my little suitcase when I travel. Okay, well, you have heard that I have a hen house. So guess what? I prepare some hard-boiled eggs and I mark them that these are hard-boiled so I can carry it with me. And I generally take 2. And my husband knows it, so he always collects these fresh eggs for me. Then another thing is, remember the rainbow? I have pepper. They are yummy. And a lot of people don't realize that they could eat this just plain. Well, it's not boring at all. In fact, if you try eating fresh vegetables that are good, so good for you, but many people cook them so bad that all the enzymes are gone. Remember? I have a show called Delicious Enzyme right there. And I show people at my retreats how to eat and how to cook, when to eat, so that you can optimize your health. So, red pepper, the rainbow color, remember? And then this is something not everybody that agree with, but guess what? Cabbage. I love these cabbages. And if you eat them at home, here, the red cabbage. Now they have all kinds of different color now too, or broccoli pieces. They are probably the most nutritionally whole and dense food. Not to mention sprouts. We'll talk about sprouts next time. And here, and this is so yummy. I had to take a bite. Mm, mm, very refreshing. And it has salt, sugar that are natural within plant food, okay? Fresh. Then the ones that I really enjoy packing, not a lot, you don't have to bring a lot with you. Peas or green beans that are fresh, and it has a lot of fibers. Don't pull away everything. So you got eggs, you got your fresh veggie. Well, what about fruit? We talked about apple. But lately, I don't know if anybody have pay attention to these little sweethearts. I call it either tangerine or mandarin oranges. They have the highest content of vitamin C. And especially when you're traveling, it's important that you always have adequate vitamin C's, because C's helps to take your vitamin D to a level where your body can assimilate. I love, I love my veggies. It's so tasty. And please, you do not always need to salt everything, because a lot of fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables, it already have a high salt content, especially celery. So, ooh, this is so yummy. And guess what? Don't forget, your body needs hydration. Remember, I have talked about hydration, drinking plenty of fluid, and you may not want to go to the bathroom when you're on the plane or driving, so go ahead. Clear your bladder before you get in the car. And just before you board the plane, always, always go to the bathroom. Not just to freshen your makeup, but to empty out, so that in case you are sitting at the most inconvenient seat in the middle of someone driving, um, it'll go a lot longer way. But never forget to hydrate well. So I have two suggestions, and I call it still 1 degree change. Guess what? Bring with you something that balance your hydration and keeping you awake. And I don't always call it sea salt or anything else, but in today you can get a lot of nutrients packed into a little package, and a lot of these you don't even need a whole stick for a full bottle of water. Well, I want to continue talking about this package of special dehydration. We call it electrolyte drink, and some of them have over 1,000 milligram of potassium. Sodium, and over 200 milligram of potassium and 60 milligram of magnesium. We need them, especially when we're on the road and breathing bad air. So I want you to contact me because we already started our Zoom classes, and I call it 1 degree change Zoom. And then I'm offering another Zoom course, which is a one time, there's no charge, is called Healing from the Cellular Level. And I talk about the latest cutting edge therapy that is so natural. You wouldn't want to miss that. So send me your information and we will send you an invite. And be sure to do that. And please put your question on that link right there. We are having so much fun with people wanting to know more. And it's not about just information, but the way I want the people to know is how to assimilate these information. So it's totally for your benefit. Now let's get back into eating while you're traveling and make sure your gut health is very much attuned and attended to. Of course, we enjoy our companies and we're talking away, but it's okay to slow down and eat your hard boiled egg or just grab it while you're driving on your side and munch on a piece of purple cabbage or a pepper and eat your rainbow while you're traveling. So, this is a good thing. And not everybody can do that or even thought of doing that. So being intentional, it goes a long way. That's your 1 degree change. And then, of course, when you do your electrolyte mix, be sure you put it in your water bottle so you don't have to stop and carry with you. And it's always 1 degree better, always, always, because we have today to maximize our life. So make sure your water bottle is ready. And of course, um, you don't have to stop if you prep well. So you got your apple and maybe a little tangerine, some colorful veggie, hard-boiled eggs. What more could you ask for? It is the best. And my husband always say, "Oh, once we get to our destination, guess what?" He said, "You got it. We are going to stop at the grocery store." So you can always replenish this. And the key is whole food. There is no substitute for the best nutrition right in front of a little bag that you can pack with you. And it's so fun. And of course, I was teased at. Guess what? Nobody's teasing me now these days, especially what happened the last few years of chaotic stuff. And then now I want to talk a little more about how do I travel if I want to cook. Uh, Nowadays, we have a lot of hotels or motels that have capacity. And obviously, if you want to cook a little bit, now grocery store have already packaged meat, some already spiced. But in case they are not covered with spice, which a lot of times I prefer not, guess what? I carry something else with me, my little spice package. I know I can get salt and pepper anywhere, but this is my little onion. Um, I put cilantro in it. Remember my favorite herb, rosemary? It's all in here in a little packet. And if I don't use it up, guess what? I throw it in the hot water the night before. And remember, An Asian never runs out of ginger. And I have a little packet of ginger and garlic. This is so fulfilling. And my husband said, yeah, Mary's got the kitchen sink with her. And I wanted to show you a good quality piece of ginger. Sorry about that. It's very plump and not dry. And a chunk like this, you can slice it up, put it in a cup the night before, put water in it and steep it. The next morning, guess what? You have ginger water. And of course, don't forget your lemon, so you can have lemon ginger water. And what if you don't have lemon ginger? A little pinch of sea salt, or your what I call it electrolyte mix drink is actually hydrating your cellular level, so you don't feel as dry or as thirsty, because it really goes directly into the cell and keep you well hydrated. When you travel, if you don't hydrate well, you don't want to get all the headaches and stuff with it. So I just want to say, what a feast you can carry with you to maintain optimize wellness and maximize your life. And while you travel, you feel good and you operate on the maximum level and enjoy your travel. Now, before I forget, we're so grateful. I'm on this platform called I Have Today. And I want to say, I have today to share some of the best things in life is to be able to eat, sleep, sleep well, poop, sweat, eat, swallow. It requires your body to work and function in the most optimal way. And the most important thing is you're thankful. And I want to make sure I close this episode being very thankful and share how grateful life is every day. We don't know what we've been spared. And I want to say the most important thing is we only have today. So today I want to express, call it my meditation. I'm thankful to God, how good He's taken care of me. There are angels all around and goodness all around us. And I want you to celebrate today. A merry heart makes good medicine. So drink up. And with all the goodies that you travel with, here, all of these, it really is, sorry about that, it really is goodness all around. And so let's say I wanted to talk about the next episode. The next episode, we're talking a little more about if you need to cook in a motel or in a place where your family is, do not stress. It's okay to share a little bit of knowledge without invading their space. And there's a little bit of a strategy involved. And of course, we're going to talk about it on my next show. I call it part 2 is travel the way you want, optimizing wellness, and continue to live healthy habits. And I wish you all well. Now, some of you have heard me talk about stem cells. I want you to get your information on here so I can send you an invite about regenerative medicine. In the next season, I'm going to talk about healthy cells makes wealthy health. And if me, little old Mary, and even though I retired, I am continuously reaching out to people who wants to go to the next level of preventive wellness. If you don't want that, I don't get it. But if you want it, please send me your inquiries, and guess what? You will be getting an invite. And we try to do it as consistently as possible, about at least 2, maybe 3 times a month. On top of it, the education course, that's coming again. We only did it once or twice, but I have so many good feedbacks. I'm certainly offering it as a continuous course. So I appreciate all of you. God bless and have a great travel day. I am all packed, ready to go with my lemon especially, and it alkalines my drinks. Don't forget, drink up because you only have today. Thank you.